Last year for Alpha Rat Gold, whenever it ended, we ranked every single game that we played. It was like 365 games. This year, I played maybe 14. I wanted to rank them anyways, because I'll be honest, I've been a little sad boy this year. I've been feeling like I don't like games really anymore. And I wanted to see if that was true. So I have every game in here ranked 1 to 10. This is kind of loose. If I say a game's a 6, it could be a 7 or it could be a 5. It's opinion based and it's also kind of feel based because I haven't played a lot of these games in months now. This year, it kind of started off a little hot with lawsuits. So, do you guys remember this game, Pal World? I fucked with this game. I thought this game was a lot of fun. Anyone that said this game was a Pokemon ripoff did not play this game or hasn't played Pokemon. I don't know which. They're similar designs, but every gameplay aspect of this game was not at all like Pokemon, except for like throwing the ball, I guess. You got them there. You got them there. I mean, I just played this game nonstop for like 2 weeks straight. This kind of filled my Minecraft itch, you know? The game was buggy as hell, but because of that, like, dude, climbing to the top of a mountain, sliding down it, jumping and getting hella speed and then just loading across, that was so much fun. My only real problem with it was after the 2 weeks, after we got to level 50, which I'll be honest with you, I didn't touch any of the building stuff. That's all Sarah and Evan. The world kind of sucked ass. There are a bunch of cool looking things where I thought, oh, like this giant castle. There's gonna be a lore thing here right now. These giant pillars, nah, nothing there, nothing there. I could see myself playing this game with like any of my friends if they ever asked me to boot up on this game, I'd still boot up. All in all, I like this game a lot. This is one of the better games that we played this year. On to my next game of 2023. Okay, this one's rough. So this is not my game of the year. However, this is definitely the game I played the most this year. And I honestly can't think of a bad thing about this game. I played the demo last year and the demo was pretty okay. They added so much in the actual game. You know how a lot of games nowadays, there's the early access version of the game and it's actually just the game. This game's early access demo was dog shit. There were like 2 decks. I don't remember there being any stakes. Like half the jokers were there. And then the actual game comes out. I thought I was gonna spend like maybe like another 5 hours in max playing it. I think I spent 100 hours in 2 weeks just playing this game. It is just poker, but then you add in all the bullshit math with all the jokers, the antes. I really can't say anything about this game that is unique. All I can really do is jerk this game off. And I will. I'll absolutely, like, I'll double hand it. Like, this game is fantastic. The one thing I could say if I had to make a complaint is I wish there was more soundtrack. However, I think you'd also argue that the fact it's just one song on loop is kind of the appeal of the game. It's not that expensive either. How much was this game? Like 20 bucks, 25 bucks? So there's all the decks, there's challenge modes. You can do seeded runs as well. Like honestly, just phenomenal game. Also, they keep adding in stuff in the DLC. I checked yesterday whenever I was actually doing this stuff. There was a Stardew update. There's the Among Us update. I'm pretty sure they have a Shovel Knight update. This game is the best value out of every single game that is on this list. I will tell you now. Like this is just a fantastic game. I can't say anything bad about it. However, if we want to talk about a bad game, we're not talking about one yet, actually. I fucked up my slide order a little bit. Does this count? No, this is not a bad game. Okay, this is not a bad game. I forgot this game came out this year. The way that I checked the games that I played this year was I went through all my stream clips. And I forgot all about this game. This game's awesome, though. This game's completely free. This is my favorite game of all time. At least it's a tie. You know, it's like Celeste and Melee. Whenever I was told that they made Celeste for the Nintendo 64, I was actually so nervous. I thought this game was going to suck ass. I thought this game was not going to control well. I thought it was going to be really lazily made. I thought it was going to be kind of like the Pico 8 thing where it's like a cute little side gimmick. But for free, this is a fantastic game. Like it controls really well. The world's kind of fun. It's just a collectathon, which is very Mario 64-ish, which I wasn't expecting it to be a collectathon. But it's cool. It's a cool take on Celeste. It's not canon, I think, but I remember they made jokes about is this canon or not. The only thing I can say bad about this game is to maybe play Celeste again. And then my hand started to hurt because that game hurts my hand. But the speedrun for this game is really cool too. In true Celeste fashion, the speedrun for this game is like 10 seconds long. Like they could have made this free little love project be really lazy, but they didn't. Only reason I'm not giving it a 10 out of 10 is because like it's not a full game. If you liked Celeste, I couldn't recommend this game higher. If you like Mario 64, like any type of Nintendo 64 like collectathon and you haven't played Celeste, I'd recommend this game as well. I'd argue that most free games aren't that good. No, most free games are not this good. Speaking of which, Jacob held a tournament. Me and 4 of my friends made a team. So it's be like good players and bad players mixed. So I played a bunch of this game though in secret, because I wanted to win that tournament, and we did, for the record. There's a really funny clip from that tournament, actually. Sarah Moon, sleeping Doc Colin, teabagging him, and then killing him. One of my favorite clips on the internet. I do like the game modes. Push the payload is a classic. Capture the point. You know, this is just domination from Call of Duty. Screaming you're purple every single time that Sony was purple was a lot of fun. Screaming that you're purple did win us that tournament because me and my friends, we would just be screaming that constantly because we thought it was funny and that kept our comms up, which is really hard to do because this game sucks ass. This is the most tilting game I've ever gotten into in my life. The best way to put it is this game is just, it is too balanced. I'm not saying it is a perfectly balanced game. There's obviously broken characters and shit. There's not anything that's really goofy in this game. Like there weren't any like really funny strategies. It was very much a game of, all right, they're going these heroes. Well, you need to go this hero instead. I played like 70 hours just like from like time of like midnight to like 4 a.m. And this shit felt like clocking into work. But every single time I would ask like any of my like old Overwatch friends if they wanted to play, no one wanted to. And I blame the game on that. I think that's Overwatch 2's fault. Like there's community servers. That was a good thing. The most fun I had playing Overwatch 2 was whenever you were waiting in queue for 5 minutes because nobody wants to queue tank. And then Jacob says, hey, do you want to play hook and hole? Where the game where everyone just is around a hole and you're all roadhog and you're trying to like hook each other. That game mode, so much fun. I loved playing that game mode. There's a cookie clicker server that we went into. We found a 18 plus role-playing server. That one was weird, but it was a funny time. Not playing the game of Overwatch was the most fun part of Overwatch. But the characters themselves, they kind of sucked ass. Like I like Melee, because Melee is not a balanced game at all. Melee is horribly unbalanced, like God. And that's fun for me. That's what I like. This one's anecdotal, but it's my review, fuck you. 5 times I actually hopped into party or like team chat. Every single teammate I had was just tilted out of their fucking mind in this goddamn quick play. I fucked with Doors. If you don't know what Doors is, it's a Roblox game where you're going through like a haunted hotel kind of. There's 100 doors that you have to go through. And then after you go through 100 doors, you beat the game. It's a horror game, but it's not really scary. The scariest thing possible is whenever somebody just goes, psst, and you just shit yourself. There's the chaos of having like, let's say there's only like 4 wardrobes and that green monster is coming and everyone has to get in a wardrobe and one person's just getting cucked. That's funny. Getting to go psst, to fuck with your friends. That's funny. Whoever's in the front not paying attention to opening a door, and then now there's one door that's one number and another door that's one number, and it's just a 50-50 on which door is the right number. That's funny. Okay, what I mean by like the gameplay loop gets old too, I just mean like floors 1 through 80 are the exact same thing over and over and over again. It's not until you get to like 481, you're going through the gardens and there's bear traps on the floor. If it had more mix up, like more variety, like every 20 floors, every 30 floors even, then it'd be a lot better. I know I have as a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 is still good. Next time my friends ask me to play this game with them, I will absolutely boot up. Doors lore is actually crazy if you read the books. Is it actually? Shut the fuck up, Hoover. I hate you. As a remake, I am ranking it lower than the original. I still would rather just play the original. Why the fuck did they make Power Bounce not absolutely broken? However, it's still great. I'm glad that it's on the Switch. I'm glad I can play it on the go now. I'm glad that they added 2 bosses. I wish they would have added more though. Honestly, okay, what I was really hoping for with this game whenever it was announced, I was hoping that there would be Luigi boss rush mode. If you read like Luigi's story about his like tales through the Waffle Kingdom, I think he always talks about like, oh yeah, I had to fight this guy. I wish that there would have been like, here's a boss fight where you're just playing as Luigi. We're not doing an entire level. It's just here's a random boss fight. You have Luigi. You have the partner he has from that level. I just wish there was something more with it because this was $60 still for it. Again, a game released 20 years ago. Yes, it's very pretty though. It got a lot of people to play the 1,000 Year Door, so I'm thankful for that. Another huge con of this game is you cannot master the dialogue. And I know that that is a meme in my community. You guys are gonna laugh at me. In TTYD, you can hold down the B button on a repeat playthrough where you don't care about the dialogue anyways. Like the 1,000 Year Door, I played that game like 10 times. I just want to play the gameplay. That's a fun thing about this game, for me at least, was the combat and like the world. At the end of the day, I'm not nostalgic for this version of the game. I'm nostalgic for the original version, you know? But otherwise though, it's Paper Mario the 1,000 Year Door. I love this game. I'm not gonna shit talk this game. This is my 3rd favorite game of all time. This is definitely the game I'm most nostalgic for though. If we have full nostalgia goggles on, I only see this game. All right, back to peak though. Before you 81 memes on me for this one, I am being dead serious when I say I have like 20 hours in this game. I played so much of this game. If you don't know what this is, it is a Hello Kitty cafe sim. And I know it sounds stupid, but this game was good. It is literally just the cycle of here's a cafe, you make money. You use the money to upgrade the cafe. You upgrade the cafe, you now make more money, and then upgrade the cafe even more. There's a gambling aspect for it too, because you can roll different Sanrio characters to work in your cafe. One of those is, in fact, full bias, the goat Pachaco. Also, me and my friends, we also bullied somebody really hard in this game. That was a lot of fun. They joined in on our restaurant and they kept taking our tokens. Anytime they would try to make an order, we'd mess it up for them. That was a lot of fun. Only real bad things I can say about this game is I didn't ever get Pachaco and it's microtransaction hell because it's Roblox. Like it's kind of a meme game, so I'm not gonna give it like a 10 out of 10 or anything. Honestly, this could be a 7 out of 10 for me. This is like an honorary 7 out of 10. Did anyone play this game? This was Shroud's, attempt on the tack shooter. It was a 3v3 tack shooter. However, you get 2 people you control. So you can put one guy on the A site and then you have one guy on the B site. And you can just swap between the 2 of them. The mechanics of this game were fun. I think they refined the shooting in this game very well to where it's much more accessible to new players. I also like the art style. It's kind of, I don't know if cel shaded is the right word, but it looks really good. However, it's just not a goofy game, dude. It really falls down to the Overwatch thing of it's not great enough to be like taken seriously, but it's not goofy enough to be fun. Like I played this game with Major Duncan for 6 hours straight. We had so much fun with it. And then we said, yo, okay, let's play again tomorrow. And then we just never did. This game would be cool if it had dust too. That's what I'm saying, that it needs dust too. We're now at the point of the game or this tier list where I don't remember what the fuck I have left on here. All right, I know one of you guys is mad. One of you guys is mad that I'm putting a mod on this list, but I have a very simple reason for that. It's my list, goddammit. This mod needs to be talked about. Chat, you guys know me. I love Mario 64, but one of my favorite things about Mario 64 is that there's so many mods for it. There's Mario 64 like Star Road, Blast Impact. The one I have a YouTube video over. But there's not really that many for Mario Sunshine. A lot of the Mario Sunshine packs were always just kind of more memey, at least the ones that I saw. This was the first one that I saw that actually just, it looked incredible. This game is also modded and it hurts Nintendo's feelings. I hope they cease and desist. Dude, they're gonna cease and desist my stream right now. They added in Luigi, they added in Piantissimo, they added a bunch of levels. One of the coolest things about Mario Sunshine, like growing up for me, was that you could see like from Bianco's Hills, you could see Noki Bay and you could see the Rico Harbor. They take it a step further, for not only do they add in more levels that you can see in the background, they make it so they all connect. And so you can run from one level into the other. At one point I talked to an NPC and he just threw me into a different level as well. Will Sakurai be fine with it though? As long as you're not playing it competitively, he'll be fine with it. The only thing that sucked about this game was that you couldn't skip the cutscenes. But again, you're by playing this game, you are stealing hundreds of dollars from Nintendo and you are a morally corrupt person. Why was Sonic Shadow Generations actually a good game? Because somebody explained this to me. Whenever Jacob told me that they played this game and that they enjoyed it, I thought they were doing a bit. This game is just good. The level design is actually just good for a Sonic game, which weird. Dude, Live and Learn, great song, sure, whatever. I don't really care about Adventure 1 or 2 that much. Like, I enjoy them. I'm not very nostalgic for them. Sonic Heroes is the one that I grew up on. What I made of never gets any love. And I was so happy to hear that song get love. I usually don't like whenever games make you do the challenge modes, but the challenge modes in this game are honestly like simple enough to not annoy me, and also challenging enough to like be fun, like actually like keep me engaged. Shadow actually has a character arc as well. You don't really see that in Sonic games ever. The only thing that sucks about this game, why the hell was this not a DLC? I bought Sonic Generations last year. Played it. Sonic Generations, fantastic game. Love that game. Highly recommend it. I spent $60 on that game last year. And then I had to spend another $60 for a 4-hour DLC pack. That is fucked up. That is the biggest fault of the game, and it's not even the game developer's fault. That's just Sega's fault. But like, this is actually a polished Sonic game. I almost wanted to take off points for it being like polished. I didn't clip through the floor ever. I didn't go through a scripted cutscene and actually die in the middle of it. I'm always like kind of hyped for that stuff to happen, but it just, the game just worked as intended. And again, the soundtrack in this is fucking phenomenal. Sonic Generations on Steam twice is really funny. I actually hid the original Sonic Generations on my Steam after I bought this, so that way I would never have to think about the fact that I have it twice. If this game is not $60, 9 out of 10, easy 9 out of 10. Since we live in the world that we live in though, it's like a 7. I want to say 6 for like level of like how much I'd recommend it to someone. It's like Naruto Shippuden. I went through all of Naruto and I'm glad I watched it. I enjoyed it. I would never recommend somebody watch Naruto. I would just say look up the fights online. I think I rated this game too low, honestly. This should have been a 9. It sounds stupid to say this game was one of my favorite games of this year, despite being one of the games I played the least. This is a game I will continue to play just forever. This is such a good game. As a streamer, this was such an easy game to like invite chat to play with. Like I played this in the Platinum Discord a couple of times before movie night. I'm pretty sure we played this on stream a couple of times. I played this with my friends off of stream. The only like downside of this game is there's limited content in this game. However, I'm not really playing this game for completion stakes. Everyone that's playing this game is playing it so that way they can fish and then gamble after, because there's scratch offs. So you catch some fish, you sell the fish, and then you buy scratch offs. It has the whole Animal Crossing aesthetic with the way that the animals talk, which is really cute and I think underappreciated. This game is buggy as well. I love whenever a game is buggy. Know that their game is broken in some way and they just embrace it. You can clip through a wall and go to a magical fishing space in like the void. And that's fun. Whenever I was watching the Game Awards last week with Dash, they were like, 10 cozy games announced. I went on Twitter and everyone was like, what the fuck is up with these cozy games? And I kind of agree. I think there's too many cozy games out there. This is the type of cozy game where I'm like, it's just what you need. Like, it's not trying to set off constant like dopamine rushes into your brain. Except, you know, unless you're gambling, in which case there's a lot of dopamine. Gambling gets intense in this game. There's a specific way you should do it. You should be scratching off from the bottom and then going up. You don't scratch off from the top and go down. That's not how it works. That's not good gambling. All right, what do we got next? What do we got next? That might be a little bit low. I could maybe put 8. Infinitely better than Super Mario Party. I might like this more than Superstars, honestly. I think the presentation in this game is phenomenal. Mega Wiggler's Street Party. There's all the people like in the background camping. There's some doing like a little picnic. You have the 2 Koopas in the back talking like they should be doing a podcast. There's references to the other boards in the game. Like if you go to the mall board, like there's all the signs in the back that are showing like the volcano level. It's cute. I like the presentation of this game a lot. I do think the mini games are I think there's a lot of mini games where it's just 2 of these pictures are the same, but the third one's different. Which one's different? I don't like that. Also, the fact there's only like 5 different dual mini games and they all suck. I think the ranked mode is terrible, and I want to talk about it for a second. If you don't know, we have the Alpha Rad Platinum ranked series. I'm sure all of you do know. And the way that the ranked mode works is you don't just queue Mario Party ranked. You have to be finding people that are picking that same board as you. And then you pick a rule set. And so you have to be finding people that are picking the same rule set as you. And then also a third one that I didn't think about this till the other day. Let's say you pick Mario and somebody else picks the same board as you, same rule set as you, but also picks Mario. You can't queue with them. I don't get why they not just have I am queuing ranked mode. Because I think ranked Mario Party is a fantastic idea. I think it's hilarious. You only lose Elo if you get 4th place. Even 3rd place gains Elo. And you can still gain Elo as 4th place as long as you're winning mini games. That's great. That's fantastic. 2 thumbs up for that style. I just wish that they made it to where you're not getting constant bots though. We've done about 10 games now of Mario Party ranked. We've never had a game with 3 actual humans. Every single game we've queued in Mario Party ranked has had at least 1 bot. All right, I think I know what the next one is. I'm not ranking this game. I just want to talk about this game very briefly. I think you should just play it. It's about this guy whose friend created some games and then quit game design. And so he released all the games that his friend had made. It's just a narrative. It's made by the same guy that made the Stanley Parable. If you are a creative type at all, like if you're a YouTuber, if you're a writer, if you're a musician, if you're trying to get into game design, I think this is a great game to play. Does anyone know what this game is, chat? This is a game me and my best friend grew up playing. It was a DS game. It's a story about a girl trying to find her dad, and then you have a ghost that's following you around. You're trying to like solve the mystery of what happened to her dad and what happened to this ghost. I loved this game growing up. They released Hotel Dusk, Room like 214 or something. Another phenomenal game. And then the studio went under. I thought I would never see anything from this franchise again. I fully went into this game expecting to not like it. I thought I was going to be pure nostalgia blinded. I bought this for a trip home I had. I think I played the game for like 10 hours straight. And whenever I beat the game, I was like, okay, cool. I beat another code. And then it hit me with the whole, like, you can now play as Luigi screen where I finished the game. It said, starting chapter 1 of Another Code R. There was a sequel to the DS game I played back in like middle school that they released in Japan and in Europe, but not in the US. And I didn't know about that. I had no clue. So I beat this game and I got even more game. I will say the more game, I would have appreciated it more in like high school. All right. The dialogue is very angsty teenager, but it's still fine. I had fun with it. The one thing I will say about this game that pissed me off, the camera in this game was ass. You're like going through like a mansion and the camera is just up on your ass the entire time. It's so awkward to deal with. But in game 2, you're actually outside. So I was like, okay, now the camera makes more sense. This is gonna piss somebody off that I enjoyed this. But if you hit the left trigger, a little ring would appear around your character and say, this is the direction you're supposed to go, by the way, which is so nice. Huge quality of life there. However, as a turn, it did make the puzzles way too easy. If you played the original or if you played Hotel Dusk, I'd say check it out. Fuck it. Yo, I did give this game a 6 out of 10, to be fair. I enjoy this game a lot, all right? It's the best 6 out of 10 possible. It's like web fishing where it's just a relaxing game. However, this one's single player. Like that's the one downside to it. I think it would be cool if they had like an online function where you could just be talking to other people playing the game through like the online radio, like the trucker radio. I just didn't give a shit about the progression system. I'm not saying that the progression system in this game is bad. I'm saying that it didn't hook me enough to like make me want to keep playing it. But this is a game, I'll probably still play this game every once in a while on stream. Like this is a good, I want to stream for 2 hours, but I don't want to play very specific games. Let me play this. If you like sim type games, this is definitely one that you should check out. Oh yeah, and you're driving on the wrong side of the road. I don't get why they didn't patch that. You just say you want to drive into traffic. Yeah, there is a legendary there's a legendary clip that Phil got. I kind of do just want to drive into oncoming traffic. Like I do want to see what happens. You can hit people in this game too, which is funny as well. 2 games left, chat. Let me preface this with saying, I thought I would hate this game. After spending 70 hours playing Overwatch, I had no interest in the third-person Marvel shooter. The only reason I started playing this game was because I was getting so tilted from Valorant, but I needed a game to play. I was like, you know what, screw it. I'll try Marvel. I'll try it. This will be a game that I play maybe once. This game's good. Every single thing I have said today about Vector Divide, not a goofy game. Overwatch 2 tries too hard to be balanced. This game is fucking bullshit, man. Every character in this game except for Iron Man is just the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Iron Fist will run you down in the sky as Iron Man and beat the ever-living shit out of you. Jeff the Whale Mr. Healer can 6K everyone because he makes a giant whirlpool under you, goes nom nom nom, jumps off, Kirby sides you like it's Super Smash Brothers, but he gets a 6K with it. You can make a Doctor Strange portal over the fight and then have Punisher pull out his machine gun and just lay into everyone from the ceiling like an AC-130. This game is fun, dude. This game is so much fun. And the best part about it, it's free. The only reason I'm not giving this game like a 10, I wanted to have like 10s be like my game of the year and then like the game of the year, you know? I need to see how they take future patches in this game. I think Flats has made a bunch of really good shorts about it, talking about it, where this game is very unbalanced, and that's a good thing. I hate every single game trying to always appeal to the competitive scene and nothing else. I hate whenever games trying to get stuck in the middle. I think Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, they kind of got stuck in the middle. They try to appeal to both the competitive scene and the casual scene. Mostly appealing to the casual scene, but they try to appeal to the competitive scene. Neither side's really happy at that point, you know? If you're equally underfeeding both your kids, they're both going to be unhappy. I want the casual scene in this game to be the focus. Like, I'm not saying don't balance shit, but this game feels like the Project M of like hero shooters, where everyone is just stupid in some regard. Part of the goofiness of the game is the maps are destructible, and sometimes they'll be rebuilt in the middle of you and you just get fucked over. Frustrating, sure. Funny as hell, absolutely. My game of the year, I think you guys figured it out. Stardew Valley. I did not think I'd like this game this much. I know I've said that about every single game that I've ranked high. I'm a pessimist though. I went into this year thinking I didn't like video games. Part of being a YouTuber and doing games for a living, I am lucky. I'm very grateful for what I get to do. However, whenever your job is doing video games, it no longer becomes your fun pastime because you are always thinking in the back of your head, oh, this is a casual game. I just may be making content out of this. That being said, this game I fucking loved. If you were here for my Stardew streams, I ruined my sleep schedule. I played this game for 2 weeks straight at a 9 to 5 schedule, but it was like 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. Like growing up, I loved Harvest Moon games and I loved Animal Crossing games. This game is addicting, man. I was getting burned out on games. I was getting burned out on streaming. I streamed 100 hours in 2 weeks playing this game. Like, this is such a stupidly addictive game. Even last night, last night or this morning, it's like midnight, so take that for what you will. I went live playing this game. I was like, hey guys, okay, I haven't played this game in a little bit. I was just trying to get my final thoughts on, is this my game of the year or is it Balatro? And I was like, okay, I will do like an hour and a half stream. And I played for almost 4 hours. I had to force myself to stop playing this game because this game has the whole brainworm thing of, I just need to do one more thing. I can do that tomorrow in game. And the next thing you know, I am fishing for 3 hours straight. Also, you guys know me. I don't give a shit about story. We put Walmart out of business, I think is the plot of the game. The actual character dialogue is really good in this game. It's actually way better than I thought it would be. There's constant community events. I spent like an hour gambling last night in one of the community events. I would do slingshot, aim labs, take all the star points I got, and then go over to the roulette wheel and gamble all those until I got enough star points that I needed. And there was like 3 different times I got like 1 off, lost it all, and had to go back to aim labs. It's fun. It's just a fun game. But I've just scratched the surface. I still haven't even beat this game. I'm at the end of it, but after I beat this game, I want to do another playthrough, but with friends and with mods, because I know that that's something you can do. It's like Animal Crossing, but you could, yeah, okay, that's the thing that's so ironic too, is this game kind of filled my Animal Crossing itch and my Harvest Moon itch in a way that neither of those games really can anymore. The farming's good, there's caving, the fishing's good. There's just so much to do in this game. The reason I give this game my game of the year and not Balatro is because I'll probably play that game for like 3 hours, like once every like couple months. This is a game that I know it's gonna be like my Minecraft itch, but even more intense probably. Like this will absolutely be a game that every few months I'm just gonna spend like 50 hours in without realizing it. Maybe this time next year I'll reflect more and like it less, because it sounds crazy to me to think I enjoy this game. Every part of me thinks I should hate this game. Even after spending 100 hours playing this game, I think I hate this game. But I like it. I don't know why, all right? I can't explain why. I think next year, I want to play more games. I missed out on a lot of good games this year, I know. I missed out on the Crazy Taxi game. UFO 50 I heard was really good. I didn't play Astrobot. That actually won Game of the Year, which I think that's a bit much, but I didn't play it. So I need to play it at some point. Going through this list, I did kind of realize I don't hate games as much as I thought I did. I just was hating the games I was playing, especially last year, because Alpha Rad Gold, I will admit, we played a lot of shit. Not like, oh, we played a lot of things. I mean, we played a lot of dog shit games that were just bad and awful. I think my key takeaway with this was I actually don't hate most games. The only game I hated was Overwatch.